Hey everyone, have you ever been doing something on the internet and all of a sudden you see an ad on a website that is close to something that you may be interested in? Maybe something like a car you were looking at or a phone you were thinking about buying. Well, you may end up thinking, well, that was a lucky guess. There's more to it than that, and it may be a bit more concerning than it seems. Today, I want to talk to everyone about the problems with online privacy and why I think that anyone and everyone that uses the internet to some extent should be more aware of their privacy online. Very recently, I wrote an essay for another class on the dangers of data collection from different websites. During the writing of that essay, I did a bit of research on the different types of data collection used as well as the risks of having that data collected. I'm also someone who thinks keeping their privacy online safe is pretty important and that everyone who uses the internet deserves privacy. I think this is a very important topic to talk about because, for the most part, almost everyone uses the internet in some sort of way, whether it's for social media, news, games, videos, or online purchases. And the more people who know about their privacy might be in danger, the better. The good thing about more people knowing about their privacy and the dangers of having their data collected and all that is it might make a message for companies that secretly collect your data without you knowing, and it may put a stop to it sometime in the future. That'd be nice. At the end, hopefully you'll have a better understanding of some of the things that can endanger your privacy and what you can do about it. Moving on from there, websites you may go to often may be prime examples of something that violates your internet privacy. What this means is that when you use websites, you may unknowingly agree to allow them to collect your data, such as browsing frequency and your recent sites visited. Social media is a prime example of this. When you first sign up for a social media website, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you have to agree with their terms of service. Sometimes in those terms, you agree to allow the websites to collect your data in order for them to sell it to advertisers. Google's also another website notorious for collecting a lot of data from its users. Every time you do a search, Google may collect that data and store it in order for them to give that data to advertisers so they can try to sell you products. Next, I want to talk about another issue, which is the convenience may get in the way of safety. Now, what you may be thinking is just because something's convenient, it's good. Well, sometimes that's not the case. Cookies are a good example of this. What cookies are, they're data packets that are loaded onto web pages. While people may think cookies are not too bad because they're such a common thing, usually when you go to a website, you'll be asked, do you want cookies enabled? Or at the bottom, it'll sometimes say, this website uses cookies, you have to accept it, go through all of that. Fortunately, just because they can be convenient, there's something that can monitor your internet activity. Cookies are not easily detectable, and sometimes you may not even know if you have them or not. This makes it much more difficult for people who may not be as good as others with computers to get rid of them. And this is pretty bad because usually if you have something on your computer and you don't know how to get rid of it, and you don't know it's bad, but you can't really do anything about it, and if there's not much awareness about it, well, then they'll just have it on there forever, and they may have their data tracked. That being said, cookies on trusted websites can be safe at times because they allow you to not have to repeat the information you put in once before, such as using passwords. But ones from untrusted websites can give out your information to people whom you may not want to get that information. Loyalty cards are another example of something that is convenient, but possibly unsafe. If you don't know, loyalty cards are those cards that stores may give you in order to receive benefits when you shop there, but there comes a price to getting these cards. Loyalty cards basically trade your information for benefits when using it at the store you receive one from. There have been different instances where data breaches happen and personal information is given out to the wrong people. One example of this is last year when Dunkin' Donuts had a data breach in the customer loyalty program. The people who were part of this program may have had their account accessed by a third party. A similar thing happened to Marriott, where their customer information was breached. And this happened to many other companies, such as Wendy's, Arby's, Sonic, and Pizza Hut. It's something that happens to a lot of companies relatively often, and it's something to think about because if you're part of this program, well, you're at risk of having your data stolen, and that's things like your passwords, maybe credit card information, sensitive things like that that you probably don't want other people knowing about. So overall, I've talked about some of the different instances where your internet privacy could be at risk, which was talking about website data collection, as well as the cost of convenience, which was the case with cookies and loyalty cards. There are plenty of ways you can go about making yourself safer, like using search engines that prioritize privacy, such as DuckDuckGo, which is a search engine that focuses on making sure you have your privacy, as well as getting rid of the filter bubble. And what the filter bubble is, it's a term used by Eli Pariser when talking about personalized search results. Because search results will cater to what the search engine thinks you want to see, it may show completely different search results for someone else. So that means, like, if you're looking up something, or have been for a while on, like, say, Google, and your friend looks up the same thing, you probably won't get the same search results because these search engines try to, like, focus your searches more on the things it thinks you want to see, prioritizing those certain websites. So it's a thing you don't think about or maybe not even know about. And it's another thing why privacy is such a weird topic to talk about. Disabling data gathering on social media sites that allow it can also help with keeping your data private. Usually websites like Facebook will have an option in their settings that let you disable this, and it's kind of out of the way, but it is there. So if you do know about it, it's something that you could do. Lastly, clearing cookies once in a while can help reduce data collection from websites that are not used anymore. Have you been to old websites that use cookies? And you probably won't go to them for years. It's probably best to get rid of those cookies or delete them. Deleting cookies once in a while is also a pretty good idea. It'll clear up space for websites that you do use and lower that risk of having your internet activity tracked. Hopefully what I talked about will help you be more aware and safer online.